Hi David, what's going on?
You finished filming?
I've only just started, mate.
It's a seafood restaurant.
Yeah.
Do you want to eat there, Ian?
No. We have the amazing Stein Plaza. Yeah. Stein's Deli.
Stein's Deli, which is closed right now, but that's alright. And if you're interested, you can join their team and you get 50% off at the restaurants.
We've got some Stein's fish and chips.
Yeah. There's the chips if you like a glass of chili prosecco, which being the BeerPals we don't.
A Rick Stein seafood bar.
Yeah. There we go. Alright. Yeah, hand-picked dress quality crab. £8 each or 2 for 14 quid. So you save £1 on each crab there. And over there is Rock, which we visited earlier on. Going to be honest, not a lot to do there, is there? Really?
No.
Oh, what the fuck is that? Did I just tread it? I just trod in that.
Yeah, tasty.
Looks like a fucking squid.
Put that on the barbecue later.
Yeah, good eating. This is the National Lobster Hatchery. It's a kind of a charity, really.
I wish I had a bike to lean against the fence.
Any reason why?
Oh, I don't know. Don't know.
There's a little lake at the bottom of our
It is nice.
campsite. It is nice down there.
And then we have a killer hill.
Ah, we'll survive.
As you can see, it's a beautiful.
Beautiful Cornwall day.
Yeah.
Hello, you join us today from the Padstow Brewing Company. We're here to have a look at some of their beers, but we're going to pay special attention to their canned beers that they're selling nationwide at the moment. Okay, we're joined today by George. You help out with the beers here and create a lot of the beers. Would you like to talk to us about what beer is as such? Or?
Yeah, so just quickly on, just a quick thing to everyone knows what beer is. It's got 4 ingredients. You've got malts, that look a little bit like this. This is barley. You've got hops, which look like this, or they come as flowers. Obviously water, all that water is, and yeast as well, which is the magic ingredient. What we do is we mix the water and the malt, warm it, and all the kind of white powder that you can see in my hands is starch, and that will break down into fermentable sugar. Then we'll boil the solution, which we call wort, and we'll add the hops, the bitterness and the aroma, and then we'll chuck the yeast in right at the end and let it ferment. And then, yeah, that's beer.
Okay. Can you tell us about the beers that we've got in the cans?
Yeah, so we've got 3 kind of core range cans, which are kind of part of our core range. We've got the smoked stout, which is 5.5. Yeah, 5.5. That used to be 4.9. We'll be up to it. We've got the Pilsner, which we're actually brewing today. That is 4.4. Yeah, right again. And we've got the Pocket Rocket, which is our kind of session IPA, and that is 4%. They're kind of core range beers. We've also got a few kind of seasonal or special beers that we do with Falmouth University. So you can see their logo on the back. We brew the beer once, we never do it again, and every time we brew a new beer, we use a new student's artwork. So all the cans look really good on the shelf, and we name the students on the back and pay them for the designs.
So give them something back to like the community.
Yeah,
they're getting something out of it.
Yeah, and they look great on the shelf. So
Yeah.
trying to make them stand out
Yeah.
when you walk into a beer shop.
Very different from all the rest of the beers.
Yeah. So they're all one-offs, so they're always a little bit more experimental as well. So we've got a small beer which is 2.8. That's my favourite one. We've got the Tentacular. The first beer we did for this new range was called Tentacular Spectacular, a bit of a mouthful. And we tried to recreate something like it. And that is 6%. And we've got the Jammy Doldrums, which is the Plum and Bramble Porter, which is 7%.
Okay. And do you make how many litres of these each time, or?
So the kit behind you, roughly we get about 2,000 litres. We kind of push it to the limits. 2,000 litres of brew. We're kind of brewing 3 to 4 times a week, all year round. So we're pretty busy. Yeah. So as and when we get a slot in the production schedule, we brew on these. So there's no kind of. Well, I mean, our planning board there, our schedule is a little bit full. We kind of change it every week because it's a working brewery. Things change. So this is the kind of first process where we mix the malts, the grains with the hot water. This tank's called the mash tub, and we get this big, thick kind of sweet porridge mix. We let that sit for about an hour and 20, and that's called the mash stand. As soon as that process is finished, we sparge it. So that's what we're doing now. So we take the liquid out, we run it through this little thing here called the underback, and at the same time we wash the grains with more hot water to get all the sugar out. This kind of process can take about 5 hours in total, 4 or 5 hours. It's the kind of longest process of the brew. So yeah, these flat bottom tanks came with the original kit. They are, I think they've got a capacity of about 2,500, I think. But our brew, we can only our yield is normally about 2,000 litres. These tanks look slightly different. They are kind of uni tanks or conical tanks, and we use them mostly for the canned brews.
Okay.
Because we can pressurise these, and we can put a carbonation stone in here and force carbonate the beers. Whereas the flat bottoms are more kind of brewed for the bottled beers and the cask ales. We got 3 tanks full at the moment. We'll have 4 by the end of the day. This is another new can one. It's called Freddie Has Landed. I've sprayed the board with the hose. You can't really see it, but yeah, one of the chaps who works there, Simon, just had a little boy called Freddie, so we named the beer after him. It's going to be a West Coast IPA. It's 7%.
Nice.
Meaty. Meaty.
That's cool. And so what's the finish from those in here? That's when they go into the casks or the bottles?
Yeah, so depending on what beer we're brewing, on normal we can brew back to back, week in, week out. So normally a cask beer or bottle beer, which is what we kind of brew more of, we have about a week turnaround. After that week we can get it out and brew into. Quite often Stuart, my colleague, will be emptying the tank as I'm brewing the next beer to go into that tank. So it's a few kind of close shaves.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Whereas if we're brewing something like West Coast IPA or like the Pils, we're brewing today, which is a lager, it takes significantly longer to ferment. And all the can ones we like to condition them. We like to let them sit at about 0 for at least 2 weeks. It really kind of cleans up the flavour, and any of that really heavy stuff drops it out. Do you see the bottling room as well?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So this is where we do all the bottling. It's all done by hand. From the bottles arriving to us, we clean them, put them in a sprayer, hang them up on a tree, and then this ballcock bottler will fill them until it's the same level as it is in the basin. Then we cap them, and then we take them over and let them condition. All our bottles are bottle conditioned. So once they're bottled, they're not necessarily ready. We've got to leave them ideally 2 weeks. In that time they'll condition, and when we're happy with the beer, we'll label them, and they're all labelled by hand as well.
Yeah.
So if you look at a shelf and they're a little bit up and down, it's because it's all done by hand. So there's a lady called Celia who her job is just to label basically. So everything's done by hand from start to finish here, apart from obviously the canning. You can't fill a can by hand and then seal it. But everything else we do by hand.
So it's a very very, it's like
labour
it's like
intensive.
old-fashioned way of doing it. It's like, compared to like a lot of the modern breweries.
Yeah, it's all that's part of the package though. You know, we want to say this is a handmade product. You know, all the time and care that goes into making it. That's why, you know, we're not selling beer at super cheap prices to supermarkets, because we just, you know, we're not about that.
Quite a few.
Yeah, so all our kegs, we've got a few key kegs, kind of like you send them off, you don't have to worry about getting them back. And all the casks, and they're all in the right place, they're all organised, every snack is a different beer. So,
is it all colour coded, I guess?
No, just the label on top will tell you what's this. It's Century Ale, so we brew that for Century, which is a kind of a restaurant club. So they have their own beer. But yeah, and then obviously a few more, and then our hop store, we've got quite a few hops in.
Oh yeah, at the moment.
So we're slowly kind of going through them.
So you mentioned about the flowers, the pellets. Obviously we've used the pellets in our Do you use the flowers here often? Or?
Yeah, so our kit is built for flowers. So it would take pellet, but we try and use more flowers just because it's basically easier for me to dig it out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I prefer flowers, but I mean for the American hops, you get more punch from the pellets. And if you're doing like, for instance, that West Coast IPA where it's been dry hop twice, so you know you can't really. I don't want to be faffing around with a head like a bag of hops inside the tank. You know, just chuck the pellets in and that's it. Yeah.
So, you join us back from Cornwall. As promised on the video, we're going to try out 2 today of the Padstow Brewing Company's beers. This one is the Smoke, which is a smoky stout.
Yeah, smoked oatmeal stout.
So you were looking forward to this one, weren't you?
I was, yeah, because I do like my smoky stouts.
Yeah. I'm quite looking forward to it because, well, it's been a while since I've just drank a stout in general. So I think it should be quite good. I mean, all we drank while we were down there really was like proper ales and proper job really from St Austell's.
Yeah, we're repping the Leicester Beer Festival glasses today.
Yeah, there we go. So, shall we crack one open?
Yeah.
And have a look at what it looks like. Oh yeah.
Stouty.
Nice hiss.
Ooh, I'm getting it everywhere.
You know what? Even from here, I can smell it. It smells a bit like cola.
Cola?
Yeah. Oh, that's a decent.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice smoky.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah, definitely like burnt caramel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a...
Give a close up. There we go.
I can tell you, I'm making a right fucking mess. So this is 5.5%. So should we try it?
Yeah. Okay. The smoke going in.
That's exactly what I want from a smoked stout.
It's not overly rich, which I like because sometimes you can get stouts that are overly rich, aren't they? And thick, overpowering. Yeah. But what I like is that it is quite. It's just the right amount of carbonation there for me.
Yeah.
It's not overpowering in any kind of way, shape, or form, in every single level.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely getting the smoky flavour come through. It's like at the beginning and the end, really.
Yeah.
As soon as it exits my tongue, it's there. Still, so that's nice.
I'll agree with
it's
that,
quite
yeah.
fresh as well, isn't it?
It's alright, yeah. You wouldn't tell it's 5.5% and I keep getting fucking stout on me. It's getting the oatmeal. A little bit. But for me it's mainly the smokiness.
Yeah. Enjoyable though.
Oh yeah.
That's the Padstow Brewing Company's, the Smoke.
Yeah. One more left after this.
Yeah, which is the
Son of
Tentacular.
Tentacular.
Son of Tentacular. Yeah.
Orange and kiwi IPA.
Which I'm looking forward to. So yeah.
As am I. That needs to go in the freezer.
Do need to put that in the freezer. Yeah. As recommended by our mate George.
Best buddies. Okay, so you join us back in our new YouTube space.
Ooh.
Needs a little bit of work. Don't look at the walls. But we are back with another beer, Son of Tentacular by Padstow Brewing Company. It's the second one that we're trying today. It's been sitting in the freezer for 35 minutes or so, as per our pals George's suggestion. This is a orange and kiwi IPA, 6% in volume. And yes, I don't know if we've spoken about the artwork yet.
Which is usually produced by Falmouth University students.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of giving us something back to the local community in Cornwall. So
it has their name on it as well.
Yeah.
So this is done by Sophie Bennett, and the piece is called Salt Weathered Seaweed.
Let's give you a squirrel around. There we go.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Shall we crack it open?
I'm looking forward to trying it. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this beer since we picked it up, to be fair.
Get it on the go.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Getting a bit of citrus on the nose.
Oh, definitely getting citrus, yeah. And the hops.
Yeah. Alright, let's try it.
Yeah.
Right, 3, 2, 1, going in. There's a lot of bitterness from the hops coming through.
A lot of bitterness, yeah.
Not overly like terrible or anything, it's nice. What I like about it is like the overall bitter taste it has.
Yeah.
So, but it's very fresh, isn't it? So.
Oh yeah, you can't tell it's 6%.
So, what would you say your overall thoughts on it are?
I quite like it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Cheers, George.
Cheers, George.
Size thickness of that bread.